Ready, set, go, and let's finish this part. So how do we continue? Ideally, the hand broom should actually fit into the device, or it's kind of like a shell, which means maybe we can actually reuse some of this already. Obviously not everything, but probably till there, most of this we could actually reuse. So, and we also have this horizontal line, which should follow along there. So what we will do now is we Shift D, make a copy, press Escape. Here I have this assembled part. I move this one to dustpan. Then I can turn this collection off, go back to edit mode, AA, turn everything off. I also have my X-ray stuff on. I select all this and delete it. Go to this view and select this and delete it. Yeah, okay. Good. So we have this section. What we need to do now essentially is only this set of points we extrude out, and then we scale and reposition everything. Because we have kind of like this arc, we need to figure out how many extrusions do we need. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. And then also down here we have to position all the stuff. Okay, so let's a try. What I will do first is E and then X, move it to here. Very nice. To there. And then say S and Y. Scale it to there. See that? Okay, then I do another Control R. Click, move it to there. Click, and then I press G and X and move this back so I get straight lines. I will go into that, the reasoning behind this, just in a moment. Before we continue, we can now select these 2 points and seen from the side and move this one down, let's say, to there. Okay. And let's select these points, so in tandem. And I also G and X move them down. Very good. Here this roughly fits, but now we can see that this is too arced, which means these points which I've selected along the y-axis have to be scaled out. So S and Y till I kind of like get the shape I'm looking for. Like this. Okay, for the moment that's fine. I will turn this on and I might need one more cut here, so Control R, click, maybe go to here, click, and then S and Y, there, AA, select all this, S and Y, and I try to go to there, G and X, go to there. So I want to recapture that flow, and this is now here not good. So I might need one more cut, kind of like here, Control R, maybe to there, S and Y, push this in. If we press GG, we slide actually these points. So maybe there, S and Y, scale it in there. Alt click on this, G and X, bring it back. Alt click this one, G and X, bring it to there a little bit. Okay, so from the top, this does actually not look too bad. Besides that, this is more round, and I think in my case, this is a little bit too flat. So what can I do there? Select this one, S and Y. Click this one, S and Y, scan it back. Okay, there you see it. Here, G and X, bring this over. S and Y, click this, S and Y, scale this back. Click this, G and X. There, S and Y. G and X the opposite way. So I'm just trying to find the correct position S and Y. Okay, click this one more time. One more time, G and X, S and Y. Very good. Good. So I would say the top corner is actually pretty sufficient. Now we need to figure out how do we do this part. It's actually not too complicated, but there's a little trick to this. So I'll go to object mode, make myself a new plane. Let's say first shift S cursor to select it, make a plane. Where's the plane? Where is it? Oh, I had. Did I put this in there? Where is it? Where did my plane go to? Shift A plane. There it is. Zip. Scale this one down. And what I do with this plane is I will try to rotate it so that the plane seems to be flowing actually along this bottom edge, which it does pretty well here. Let's say like this. So the main reason why I did this, check this out. I go to local. So that's the local orientation. And then I go to the plus icon. I made myself a copy of this local orientation and call this one, let's say bottom. I can delete now. So that done. And where is my mesh? There, go to edit mode. If I turn this on and select these points, you see the orientation. Because I use bottom. Local is this, global is that, and this is what I saved. This is actually very useful because I can first G and Z, move this one down. Here, G and Z, move this one down. And then I can select all those and then say S for scale, Z one time. And you see the orientation. That's the bottom kind of like vector we created. Press 0, press enter. Maybe a little too low. I can move this back up. Ooh, there we are. See, not too bad. Okay, so AA, select this, GZZ. We just push this one down. Okay, AA, select this. Now, that's a good question. Where we put this one to, we might actually pull this back a little bit. AA, select this, GZZ, move this one up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this again without the scan. Oh, that's not too bad. We're getting there. And maybe a little bit more of tweaking. So these 2 points are good. These are not. What about if we select these 2 points and simply press S? We scale them towards each other and you see what's happening. Maybe we can do the same there. Okay. And dustpan, let's turn this one off. In object mode, we go shade smooth. Very good. Let's show our other object. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. You see everything fits in nicely. Nope, stay here and go to matcap. Turn maybe a nice glossy on. Turn this off because I want to rotate around and pay attention to the highlights. Maybe hit the zebra just to see if it's a good flow. We can press Control 7. That looks good. Right click, shade smooth. Yeah. That's pretty peachy. Let's do a little comparison between the scan. There we can see this is different. So let's see what we can do here. So from the bottom view, this has to push out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to show you now the next step, how we finish this. But before we continue, I make a copy, Shift D and Escape. And let's say we call this one first shape. And then I don't know how we call this one. Maybe we just call this assembled again. Okay, edit mode. Turn this off for the moment. Then this point we select. Then go dissolve. Oh, we want to first shape turn off visibility. This face selected. We can now press I. Or we go face, insert face. And create a small insert. So it's kind of like an extrusion, but right at its place. And what this does, if you pay attention to, it creases this corner. Delete this one, make a copy one more time, so it's better to see. So there it is, original. This one I delete. Oops, dissolve vertex, and then the face we select. Do an insert, say like this. Okay, so Apple Z. You can see how that changed everything. What's actually the redo? Huh? I don't remember what the redo button is. Okay, but anyway, here. There we are. Good. This point we can select and delete. Then we want to select all these points. Go to snap to vertex. Along this vector, move it, hold control, snap to there. Very good. Now we have a much better rounding compared to there. You can see it's still way too aggy. Let's show our scan. Yeah. So all we have to do now is figure out the correct positioning. You, and you. We select and then say S and Y. Yeah, see that gets very close. That's good. These maybe we select and we push them inwards to make this more roundish. Currently this is too flat. By moving this down, everything gets rounder. What happens if we select this and bring this to there? S and Y. We can make a cut section view to see how our stuff looks like. Ooh, yeah, we're slightly off. So we might want to do S and Y here. A, and then Alt B, there again. Do a check. This actually looks pretty good. Alt B. Then we can try to see how's all this stuff looking. So from the side view, Alt B. So S and Y. And maybe these inner points here, they have to go in more. Yeah, okay. And this one maybe along the x-axis, we slide down. We are pretty close. So the next thing that's really important to start understanding is evening out all these edges to be nice and clean. So here and there, I mean this point, why can't I select it? In this point, this edge and this edge, they have a similar distance. And then here, this gets a little bit bigger, this gets a little bit smaller. So the question here is how are these transitions? Okay, we can select these two, S and Y, maybe scale this out a tick more if we want to. But I would say we have now a much better looking model. And based on how we design all this, we can then take care of the rounding and this beautiful flute shape that goes to there. Goody. So that's more or less nearly all we can do here. The last thing maybe is select these 2 points if we want to. And let's see if we press GG, can we slide them back? Yes, we can slide them back. So GG, still it goes to there. The main reason why we did this is so we get kind of like this curvature, but that's not something I want. That's a detail we actually will cut. So what we will do now in addition, before we, oh, hello, viewpoint, dissolve. We will do to finish everything, we will select this loop. So Alt click on these edges, and then we go to crease, say 1. So it's nice and sharp. Because then later in Fusion, we will cut all the stuff exactly the way how we need it. But I would say in terms of modeling, we did a pretty marvelous job. Okay, that's it. See you tomorrow.